Mount Rushmore. The very name evokes images of American presidents carved in granite gazing out over a vast landscape. It is a symbol of American power and ambition, a testament to the ideals of democracy and freedom. Yet, this iconic monument stands on stolen land. It is a stark reminder of the broken treaties and forced removal of Native Americans from their ancestral homelands. The story of Mount Rushmore is a complex and often painful one, a story that must be told in its entirety. To truly understand Mount Rushmore's significance, we must confront its controversial past. The monument's construction, completed in 1941, was met with immediate opposition from the Lakota Sioux, the rightful owners of the land. The Black Hills, where Mount Rushmore stands, are not merely a geographical location. They are the spiritual heart of the Lakota Nation. The Lakota were not consulted in the carving of their sacred mountain. Their voices were silenced, their pleas for justice ignored. Mount Rushmore, for all its grandeur, represents a profound disregard for Native American history and culture. It is a symbol of conquest, a monument to a nation built on the dispossession of indigenous peoples. The Black Hills are not just hills to the Lakota people. They are the axis mundi, the center of their universe. Lakota cosmology teaches that the Black Hills are the place of their emergence, where their ancestors first walked the earth. These hills are where they go to pray, to connect with the spirits of their ancestors, and to receive guidance for their lives. Every rock, every tree, every stream in the Black Hills holds deep religious meaning for the Lakota. They conduct ceremonies in the forests, gather sacred medicines from the hillsides, and offer prayers to the spirits that reside there. To carve into this sacred landscape is, for the Lakota, an act of desecration. The very air vibrates with the prayers of generations past, and the spirits of their ancestors are believed to walk among the trees. It is a place of profound peace and tranquility, a stark contrast to the turmoil and violence that the Lakota have faced throughout their history. In 1868, the United States government signed the Fort Laramie Treaty with the Lakota Sioux. This treaty, solemnly agreed upon, recognized the Black Hills as part of the Great Sioux Reservation. It guaranteed that no white person would be allowed to settle on or occupy any portion of this land without the consent of the Lakota people. However, this promise was short-lived. When gold was discovered in the Black Hills in 1874, the treaty was swiftly disregarded. The United States government, driven by greed and a thirst for expansion, sent troops to drive the Lakota from their land. The Black Hills, once promised as a sanctuary, became a battleground. The Lakota, faced with the might of the U.S. Army, fought bravely to defend their sacred homeland, but they were outgunned and outnumbered. The discovery of gold set in motion a chain of events that would forever alter the fate of the Lakota people. The violation of the Fort Laramie Treaty is a stain on the conscience of America. It is a clear example of the government's willingness to break its promises to Native Americans in the pursuit of its own interests. This betrayal continues to have a devastating impact on the Lakota people to this day. Section 4. The Sculptor and the Shadows of Prejudice. Gutzon Borglum, the sculptor chosen to carve Mount Rushmore, was a man of undeniable talent. However, his legacy is intertwined with a darker side, one that cannot be ignored when considering the monument's complex history. Borglum was a known member of the Ku Klux Klan, a white supremacist organization responsible for countless acts of terrorism and violence against Black Americans. His involvement with the Klan reflects a deeply troubling ideology, one that viewed white Americans as inherently superior to other races. This belief system, unfortunately, was shared by many prominent figures of the time, and it played a significant role in shaping the policies and attitudes that led to the dispossession and oppression of Native Americans. Borglum's vision for Mount Rushmore was clear: to create a monument to American greatness, a shrine to the nation's ideals. However, his definition of American was one that excluded the very people who had called this land home for centuries. The irony is stark. A monument celebrating democracy and freedom, built on stolen land by a man who espoused white supremacy. Section 5. A legacy of resistance, reclaiming the Black Hills. The Lakota people have never accepted the legitimacy of Mount Rushmore. They have never stopped fighting for the return of their sacred land. From the moment the first chisel struck the granite, they have voiced their opposition, staging protests, filing lawsuits, and demanding that their voices be heard. In 1980, the Supreme Court of the United States acknowledged that the Black Hills were indeed taken illegally from the Lakota. The court awarded the tribe financial compensation, but the Lakota have refused to accept the money. They argue that the Black Hills are not for sale, that their spiritual value cannot be measured in dollars and cents. The fight for the Black Hills is about more than just land. It is about justice. It is about honoring the treaties and respecting the sovereignty of Native American nations. It is about recognizing the painful legacy of colonialism and working towards a future where Indigenous voices are heard and their rights are respected. Section 6. Mount Rushmore. A monument in crisis. Today, Mount Rushmore stands as a symbol of a nation grappling with its past. The monument's presence looms large in the national consciousness, a constant reminder of the complexities of American history. There is a growing movement to recontextualize Mount Rushmore, to tell the full and often uncomfortable truth about its creation. Some advocate for the addition of a museum or educational center that would provide visitors with a more complete history of the Black Hills, the Lakota people, and the broken treaties that led to their dispossession. Others believe that more drastic measures are needed. Some activists call for the removal of Mount Rushmore altogether, arguing that its very existence is an affront to the Lakota people. They believe that the only way to truly heal the wounds of the past is to return the Black Hills to their rightful owners. The debate over the future of Mount Rushmore is a microcosm of a larger conversation taking place across America. It is a conversation about race, about justice, and about the meaning of reconciliation.